What's up, guys? Welcome back to Speed Circle Podcast. And today we're just out, just driving the Mustang around, taking some pictures, taking some video, and haven't really done in-car video yet, but thought this would kind of be pretty cool. But take a little trip over to a local waterway. It's called Marsh Creek, out by us here in Pennsylvania, and it's a pretty good spot for some photos and just a pretty cool atmosphere to hang out. It's pretty empty since it's so cold outside, but it's always a good spot to get some photos. You can take the cars right up to the dock and pretty much back them right up into the water, which is pretty cool. So just move it out of the way for somebody. Yeah, Mustang review, man. This thing's awesome. A lot of you don't know I sold the Evo, and it was pretty difficult to do. Had a lot of passion for that car. Put a lot of money and time into that car. This thing's so much fun. And so I sold the Evo, that's gone. I sold it to a buddy of mine that he's got an Evo 8, I believe, that he's doing like an OEM Plus build on. And my Evo's just, I mean, that thing was just an absolute weapon. So that's what he's going to be using the car for, which would be pretty cool to get him out to some events this year and see how the car does in his ownership. But I'm gonna miss it. It was definitely a dream build for me. Put a lot of time and a lot of money in that car to make it to what it was. And it stinks that it's gone, but I'm just glad that it went to a good home. That's the most important part for me. Was just making sure that it went to somebody that I knew would take care of it and cherish it like I did. So yeah, Mustang. It's a 2019 Performance Package 2 Mustang 50, obviously 6-speed, and was a one owner, 23,000 miles on it. I got it for a hell of a deal, and yeah, I'm enjoying the crap out of it. I've only done 200 miles on the car since I bought it. Just about a month ago. It's been sitting because the weather's been kind of crappy, but it's pretty sweet. Magna ride, adaptive suspension for the Magna ride, valved exhaust. It's on 305 squared all the way around. So before Ford came out with the Mach 1, new gen Mach 1 for the S550s, it was a Performance Package 2, which is essentially the same as a Mach 1. And so I've done a GT350R steering wheel to it. I put a Mach 1 wing on it, and then like a set of hood struts and an X-Bite. So it sounds pretty good, which obviously hopefully you can hear it. But it sounds pretty good for being, you know, stock, pretty much stock catback. Just with a resonator delete, putting the X-Pipe in there, which shout out to American Muscle Turn 5, my boy Tyler Cole, hooking me up. He's my go-to guy. I'll make sure to link the website in the description below. And he's been hooking me up with all my stuff that I've been going to get for the Mustang so far. But I'm going to be running it in stock class this year for SCCA Autocross, which is F Street. So they allow a steering wheel, set of street 200 treadwear tires, catback exhaust, and then one sway bar. It's pretty much all they allow. As long as you don't change the physical aero of the vehicle and do performance mods, then it can stay in stock class. So we're going to race it in stock class for this year, just to get a feel for the car, because it's my first Mustang. It's my first naturally aspirated car, and it's my first rear-wheel drive car all in one. So it's a pretty cool experience to to have something like this. We're very, very fortunate. The reason why I went for a Mustang way back when Ford came out with the GT350 and GT350R, I did an invite-only event up at Pocono Raceway for SCCA, and we just went out for 2 days and just beat the living crap out of these cars. And ever since, I've kind of had a soft spot for Mustangs. Always wanted to own one, always wanted to race one, and what better time to do it than now. Also helps that I work for Ford, makes maintenance easy, it makes modifications easy, and it helps me for, you know, our business, you know, having something that I can take out that's fun to drive and race, along with, you know, having the Ford Raptor, which I have a 17 Raptor. So I think it'll look pretty cool pulling a Mustang on the back of a trailer by a Raptor. So, but so far so good. Really enjoying the car. It's pretty planted. It's obviously tough to say for certain taking it only on back roads when it's, you know, low temperature weather. There's only so much grip. So I'm pretty excited to see how the car is going to shake out this upcoming season. Season for us starts right around March. Typically when our first test and tune event is usually about March time. So it gives me a couple months to, you know, take the car out and just get an overall feel for the car. Weight's completely different, power's completely different. Being naturally aspirated, I'm not used to kind of how twitchy the throttle is, because you're getting pretty much all the power instantly instead of it being, you know, supercharged or turbocharged. It's not a boosted platform, so it just drives completely different. And then being rear-wheel drive, never owned a rear-wheel drive car before, so I'm just trying to figure out, you know, do's and don'ts, how to load the car, unload the car, weight transfer the car, all that stuff. And there's always so much you can do on a public road. Fortunately for us, where we're at, we have a couple nice back roads that are out by us that allows us to, you know, go out and do some spirited driving. You know, nothing ridiculous, but gives us the opportunity to go out, get a feel for a car, and collect some data, and that's what it's all about, right? So, you know, we're going to be doing a lot of sim racing over the winter, just to kind of keep ourselves refreshed. We're going to be doing a sim rig in the basement, which I thought would be pretty cool, help us with the off season. And there's a lot of cool digital maps. One in particular is the Tail of the Dragon. You know, I'm a huge fan of the Tail of the Dragon, so we're definitely going to purchase that map for Sim Racer and be able to drive that over the winter, which is pretty cool. So, but yeah, this thing's fun. It's different. I'm definitely not used to this thing whatsoever, and that's okay. That's the point, right? You know, I've been very, very fortunate that I have the opportunity in my lifetime so far, being such a young guy, to have the opportunity to drive a lot of different cars and kind of get a feel for different platforms and modify different platforms and just increase my knowledge base. And really looking forward to the Ford Mustang platform. There'll probably be a GT350 in my future, whether near or far. We're trying to buy a house right now. That's priority number one, is getting the wife and the kids under a roof that we own. And then after that's done, then have at it. So fingers crossed that there'll be a GT350 in the garage at some point. You know, that'll probably just be, you know, like a weekend car, show car, maybe even, you know, a future autocross car, who knows. But don't want to get ahead of myself. We just bought this thing. I'm enjoying it so far. It's pretty fun, and it'll be pretty cool to get used to this platform. It's just different. So, talking to a lot of guys, you know, a lot of tire on these things to get grip. Bridgestone's coming out with the RE71RZ, which is launching December 31st on Tire Rack. Thank you, Tire Rack. We appreciate you guys being a big supporter and a massive sponsor of SCCA across the nation. You know, they always take really, really good care of me and the guys over at Tire Rack. It'll be pretty interesting to see how that tire performs for us this year. So for those that aren't familiar, Bridgestone came out with an RE71R which is a 200 tread wear street tire, and I'm going to say they came out with those 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. They've been a main competitor of autocross and track day tires since. Yokohama AO52s are another big competitor for autocross tires. I ran those on Evo last year. They were pretty solid. I really enjoyed those tires. Super grippy. They don't give out on you. The hotter you get them, the more they grip. But Bridgestone coming out with a new RZ line this year, different tread pattern, wicking pattern for water, a little bit of stiffer shoulder, so they wear a lot better. You know, ripping through the shoulders of them as quick as the RS line that they came out with. So RE71R, RE71RS, and now they're on RE71RZ. So we're going to do our RE71Zs on the Mustang. I'm not sure if I'm going to stick to 305s, which is what this car came with, since it's a performance package 2 from the factory, or if I'm going to go with a 325 that they have to offer. If I can stuff a 325 on the car, I might just do it. I just got to see if there's any data that's out there from any fellow Mustang owners that are running 325 squared on an S550 body. You know, obviously bigger tires can sometimes scrub time away from you. Talking with a good buddy of mine, it sounds like that running a square setup is the best for these cars. So not staggering it with a 325 in the rear and a 305 in the front. My mind's been made up. I'm going to stay on a square setup. Just not sure of the size, but we'll see. So I'm going to collect some data and see what works best for this car and then go from there. But pretty excited to try this new Bridgestone line on this car. It's going to be a pretty competitive season, this upcoming season for 2026. Really hoping that I can go to nationals this year and attend nationals for autocross and represent Philadelphia region, which is my home region that I belong to. But this thing's so much fun. But I got a lot to learn, and if I'm going to compete at a national level, I'm really going to have to put and invest a lot of time into my autocross season this year. So, but just wanted to catch up with you guys, do a quick ride along, touch base on a couple cool key points for this upcoming season, and as always, we'll catch you on the next one.